Good afternoon. Thanks everybody for being here. Anybody have any questions?
Jared just said he's not close to being in shape. When do you expect him to be ready to go?
Tomorrow morning.
How about ready to go like you want him to be?
I don't know. I mean, I can't predict that. He's been moving pretty well. I think he's been moving better than I've seen him, than I saw him last summer move. But I think that he needs to get in better shape. I think, in just better conditioning. I thought last year he needed to get in better shape too. So, that's something that Jared's going to have to work really hard at.
How much is legal issues been a distraction?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I know that it was upsetting to him, and he was hurt by that. 21 years, you have a pretty good reputation, and all of a sudden in one day you're talked about in the media, and your reputation is damaged significantly, and I think that hurt him. But I think that he's back to work, and he's in a good place right now.
Danny, has the team disciplined him at all?
I don't know that yet. We'll wait till it runs its course.
How has your impression of Brad changed since he started?
I'd like to give him a 4-year contract extension. He's been great. He's been easy to work with. He's very intelligent, hardworking guy that we thought that he was. He gets along with everybody. He's a great communicator. He's got a tough job ahead of him this year. I think that we have a lot of good players and no superstars. I mean, other than Rajan, who won't be ready for the start of the season, but just managing the minutes with a lot of players could be a challenge for him. And it's not a perfect roster, and he's going to have to mix and match a lot of different things and be very creative and manage the egos.
Danny, how challenging is it? We've gone through many years with a lot of knowns coming into training camp at this part of the season. Now, obviously, you have a lot of unknowns. How players are going to mesh, how Brad is going to do. What sense does that give you heading into this season?
It gives me a sense of excitement. I'm anxious to see how the competition goes and how the combinations work together, and I'm very excited about this year. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think we're going to have great energy, and I honestly don't know who the starting 5 will be or who the second 5 will be or any of those things, but I'm very confident that we're going to have some pretty good competition, and we have a deep team. But how they all fit together, I don't know yet.
Danny, Gerald's kind of a missing man this summer.
No, Gerald, he came in last week. We haven't discussed any of his concerns for the team this year. I mean, he looks like he's in great shape and in good spirits. I don't know that yet.
What can you tell us about the timetable for Rajan? What can you tell us about his timetable for coming back, Rajan?
I can't give you anything but a guess, and I probably won't guess. I'll let you guess. Your guess is as good as mine. I don't know. He won't be ready tomorrow, obviously. He'll be on the court. He'll be with the team. He'll be running through all of our non-contact things. He's working out once, twice most days, doing therapy. His weak leg is getting stronger. He's doing what he can, and I've been very impressed by his work. And I think that he'll be back sometime during the season.
What kind of presence has he had with his teammates? I mean, he seems like he's stuck pretty much to busy money.
I'm not sure your question. What do you mean?
You know, I mean, has he stepped into that leadership role? He's talking to his teammates.
Yeah. Rondo had a big dinner in his house the other night. He invited everybody, the coaching staff, ownership, all the players that were in town. You know, were all invited. He's been around here talking to his teammates as he's working out. I mean, he goes through most of the drills that he can do and stays away from the contact.
You had mentioned last week that he had to go through a stretch where he had to learn how to Did he express that to you?
No, that's just me guessing, Murph. I think that just any player of Rondo's caliber and what he's been through the last 7 years with this team and this group of guys, and then all of a sudden, as you know, the changes in coaching happened, and then KG and Paul and Jason Terry, who was very close with all three of those guys, are going to New Jersey. I just think that, and he was in the middle of his rehab. I think it just, you know, everybody in that situation would be asking questions like, you know, where am I fitting into this whole plan? And but he's doing great. I think he's in good spirits, and I think that he's excited about the season, and he wants to get ready. He wants to play with this group of guys.
Where does he fit in your plan?
Well, I'm not telling you that.
How would you like to see Avery continue to develop this season?
Well, let's see. We would like Avery to get better.
In which aspects?
You know, Avery had such a great second year. His first year was, unfortunately, just was injured almost the entire first year after his ankle surgery, which we knew would happen. And the second year, he played great for us. When Ray got hurt and Rajan got hurt, he stepped in, and our team was fantastic. And going into the playoffs, we knew that Avery's shoulders were hurt, and he tried to gut it out. And but we really missed not having him that year in the playoffs. He had become such an important part of that team, and is actually in the rotation that year of being in the best lineup in the NBA with Paul and KG, along with Brandon and Rondo. That was the best lineup of that season in the entire league, and so he's proven that he can fit in a role like that. And but last year, I think that he'd be the first to tell you he didn't play as well as he was capable of playing. He didn't play as free as you know, as he would like to play, and I think that he's mentally stronger, having had gone through that, and I'm hoping that we'll have the Avery of that second year this year. I don't know that yet. Well, you know, a lot of his point guard play, we were able to win because we had, you know, Paul facilitate a lot of the offense. So it'll be different this year. You know, we don't have Paul, so they'll have to run different things. But do I think he can play minutes at the point guard? Absolutely.
As the team enters this rebuilding phase, Steve Paliuca was talking about preaching a message of patience to the fans. Is that your message as well?
Patience? I don't know. I mean, I guess just realistic expectations is what I preach to the fans. It's what I always preach, and that's what I try to practice. And I honestly don't know what my expectations are yet. I need to see this team play together. I mean, we have a brand new coaching staff that's never worked together, and we have a group of guys. We have a little bit of a log jam at the 4 and the 5, and a little bit of a log jam at the 2, and you know, two of our better players, guys that have had terrific careers, and Gerald Wallace and Jeff Green at the 3. So there's a lot of things that I don't know. Jeff played some 2 last year. Gerald played some 4 in the past. Jeff's played some 4. Brandon's played some 3 defensively over the last couple of years and shown. I mean, so Kelly Olynyk can, you know, step out and make 3-point shots and really pass. Can he be a 3 on offense and a 4 on defense, and I mean, there's so many questions that Brad has to sort of figure out through training camp and exhibition season, and probably through the course of the season. So I don't say patience. I'm excited about it. I expect those guys to play hard every night, and we'll figure it out as the year goes on.
Danny, I realize it's a different sport. Do you ever look at the Red Sox? Their expectations weren't very high this season. They had a lot of the same issues, new faces, new coaching staff, and think to yourself, that could be us.
I mean, baseball's such a different sport. I mean, I think baseball and football, you have so many more players, and in baseball, not one player dominates a game as much. And in basketball, I don't think there's any really correlation we can draw from that situation. They've had a terrific year, and I'm really excited about the postseason, watching the Red Sox play. But I actually thought the Red Sox would have a better year this year, just because they have a really good pitching staff, and expectations were lowered a little bit. And I think they have some terrific players on that team, but I'm not surprised by their success this year.
Danny, given the logjam you mentioned, are you set with this group going into the season? Is there a possibility?
Well, there's always a possibility. I mean, this team is not a perfect team. Like I just said, we have, like our minute distribution is going to be a challenge for Coach Stevens, and we have log jams at certain positions. So, but this is a time of year there's not a lot of deals made, and to fix that, and so we've tried to just make the roster more balanced, but we like each of the players. It's just there's not enough minutes to go around and keep everybody fed.
Who do you see stepping in and filling that role of KG's defensive intensity on the court?
Oh boy, I'm not sure. Well, that may take another decade to find out. I mean, KG's a special player, and to fill his void, that's not what we all have to. But Avery is our best defender now, and we need guys to follow his lead, and we need a lot more guys playing with that same kind of intensity. And but KG's there aren't KG's just laying around out there.
Danny, can you go back to Brad a little bit, and maybe from the day that we sat here and you announced it through the summer, were there some milestones where it clicked for you that you had the right guy? Summer camp, or any specifics when you guys were chatting?
I've watched Brad a lot, and I knew we had the right guy when we hired him, obviously. I mean, we gave him a 6-year contract, and you guys can correct me because I haven't done any research on this, but I don't think there's been a 6-year contract given to a coach in the NBA. I could be wrong, but I don't think there has. I don't recall any, but I think we knew we had the right guy when we hired him. And there really haven't been any surprises, just confirmation that he's a great guy and great intelligence. I've really liked how there seems to be some cohesion with him and the players, and he spends a lot of time communicating. And in the NBA, you have to sell your product every day, and these are men that you're coaching, and just the fact that you got a coach on your jersey and on your practice gear doesn't really automatically give you that respect. You have to earn it, and I think Brad will do that very thing. I think he'll earn it from the players, and he has from a lot of guys that have been around so far this summer.
Thank you.
All right.